Okay, I say welcome to the George Mace Ice Arena. This is Jim Lloyd and Jenny Workus to my left today, and we are broadcasting Watertown Lakers girls varsity against Sioux Center Storm is in town tonight. And we'll be broadcasting 2 games tonight. The Watertown Laker girls varsity, and then we're going to take a short break for the JV boys, and we're going to come back about 8:30-ish for the boys contest, and Brandon Valley's in town for the boys contest. Jenny Workus, we have some referees down there tonight, don't we?
We do. We have some great referees down there tonight. I see RJ and I see Adam Sullivan.
All right, and normally we come to you with KSDR 1480, but if you're looking for us on the radio, you're not going to find us. We are just live streamed tonight, but the nice thing is it's on GoWatertown.net, and you can get us all over the world.
Absolutely.
Live stream.
Forever and ever.
And ever. So we are going to go to the public address announcer for the starting lineups.
For Sioux Center, at 4, number 13, Amanda King. At 4, number 10, Randy Ford. At 4, number 24, Gianello Ramirez. At defense, number 9, Jaden Gennady. That's partner number 12, Antonio Stevens. And number 30, Allison Moore. And for your Lakers, at forward, number 2, Jim Graham. At forward, number 4, Parker. Great team member. At center, number 12, Manel Lumberjack Road. At defense, number 14, Rachel Scott. Defensive partner, number 16, Elam Mailbox Randall. And number 30, Angela Burnell.
All right, those are the starting lineups tonight for Sioux Center and the Watertown Lakers, and it is senior night for boys and girls. Jenny, what do you think of senior night? You're kind of attached to senior night.
I kind of would say I unfortunately maybe attached to senior night, because that means we're getting to the end of hockey season with another one of our kids, and you know, we have a couple weeks left. We have this weekend, and then we actually have 2 more weekends left with boys varsity. But this is for Jada, who is the only female senior this year for Watertown. This is her last home game.
There's a little emotion involved in that. Not only mom and dad, but kids. You know, they kind of look around this arena and figure out that this may be it. So it is senior night. It's a good night. On tap, we're going to do girls varsity, boys varsity, and we are going to drop the puck. It's going to be Janelle Lloyd here against Amanda King. Amanda King is their leading scorer with 4 goals and 4 assists. Face-off won by the Watertown Lakers in the neutral zone, and it's popped in by Jada Kranz. A little bit of a change for the Watertown Lakers. Jada Kranz now plays offense. I don't think I've ever seen her play offense. She is doing it tonight as the Watertown Lakers hold the offensive zone. Kranz, Lloyd, and Harper Hendricks on that line. Now the puck goes back into the defensive zone as Lloyd in the near corner tries to bring it up right in front of her net, and she does. She can do it with her legs. She's got Harper Hendricks. She's got Jada Kranz across the red line and into the zone. She's going to get an offsides there. That was Jada Kranz. Just a little bit offsides as they come up. Both teams going to get a change here. Looks a little different for the Watertown Lakers. Like I said, I don't think I've ever seen Jada Kranz, number 2, for the Watertown Lakers, play offense. Coach Kranz probably trying to get himself a little bit of offense. The Lakers have had problems scoring this year. They are 1-12. Sioux Center Storm girls are 2-10. So these are 2 teams that are trying to stay alive for the state tournament as the face-off is into the offensive zone for the Watertown Lakers. And now the puck goes all the way back down, and that's Angela Burnell in the goal for the Watertown Lakers. She does have to stop that. Thought it was going to be an icing, but it was on net. As Sioux Center Storm, number 14, that's Faith Vandervoort, circles all the way around over to the far dot, takes a shot, padded off by Burnell. Puck over in the far corner, over into our students section where I think there's 2 students filing in right now for this girls contest as the Watertown Lakers get control, and they're going to skate it up to Meg Zunde. Meg Zunde goes all the way across in the neutral zone, up through the neutral zone where a defender from Sioux Center Storm picked it up, but however holds the zone. And now it's going to come out into the neutral zone, and we're going to have a trip there on the Watertown Lakers. And I'll bet Meg Zunde is going to go into the box for 2 minutes for a trip. At the 15:23 mark of this first period, we're going to have our first Pelican Power Sports power play of the game for the Sioux Center Storm. Face off to the right-hand side of Burnell. That is won by the Sioux Center Storm in their offensive zone. Now it's kicked all the way down to the far end for the Watertown Lakers, and for the Storm, they're going to go chase that one and bring that one out and try to get set up for the power play. Try to hold it in there is Janelle Lloyd as she does slap it into the zone. It's going to be held in for a little while. Now comes out in the neutral zone. Sioux Center Storm coming through the neutral zone and do take the zone. That is Amanda King. She plays center on that first line for the Sioux Center Storm. Jada Kranz is playing defense now. She plays it on that power kill for the Watertown Lakers. 1:22 left in this Pelican Power Sports power play for the Sioux Center Storm. And a puck in front, and Burnell keeps it out wide. I don't know how that one didn't go in. She was sliding on her knees all the way across the net. And Harper Hendricks finds it all by herself here in the neutral zone. She's going to go one-on-one here, and that's sticked off of her stick by the Sioux Center Storm, as they are going to try to get this power play into place.
Jim, I need to say that Harper Hendricks makes me think a lot about Jacqueline Lloyd.
Skates just like her, doesn't she?
They do that. I had to look and see if it was Janelle, and I'm like, oh, that's Harper. She skates a lot like Jacqueline.
Jacqueline Lloyd now playing for Concordia College. They took their lumps this weekend in St. Peters, Minnesota, from the #1 team in the nation, Gus Davis. As Janelle Lloyd, her sister, is going to take it up through the neutral zone, and we're going to try to kill off this penalty kill here for the Watertown Lakers. Sioux Center Storm now going to bring it up the zone into the neutral zone. Bring it along the far boards, red line, now do take the zone. Far corner, that's Faith Vandevorst. Going to circle back around, out to her defender, and that's Lang. Carly Lang going to take a shot, just goes a little bit wide in traffic. And over the defense and going to take a shot, and that one is blocked by Kranz just in front of her own goalie. Held in the zone here by Lang. Lang's going to take it to the front, sticked away by Kranz. Held in the zone on a backhand. Kranz going to find it right in front of her own goalie again, and she's going to pitch it along the far boards out to the red line, where Faith Vandevorst picks it up. She's going to try to take the zone. We are 5-on-5 hockey right now, as the Watertown Lakers fend off their first penalty kill. There's a shot by Sioux Center, goes wide into the near corner. Another shot just in front of the Lakers bench. That one is sticked off by Burnell. Janelle Lloyd trying to carry it out of the zone. Can't quite do it. Held in by Sioux Center. Randall. Scott reverses field behind her own goalie. She's going to take it out. She wears number 14, Rachel Scott. This puck rolls out to the red line. And brought back in the zone by Sioux Center as they get a change, and the Lakers are going to bring it out with their feet. This is Randall, Kayla Randall. She's going to bring it in all by herself and takes a shot just inside the blue line up and over the top of the net. Trying to be held in there by the Lakers, and that one is not held in. Riley Redland got a stick on it, but it was outside of the zone, so we're going to have an offsides for the Watertown Lakers. Facing off right in the front of us, King and Lloyd. That is won by Sioux Center. This is Carmi McCord. There's two McCords on this team, Camille and Carmine. Corinne.
Yes,
Well,
Corinne.
I was close there for a while, wasn't I?
Corinne and Camille McCord. Yes, they're sisters.
We see lots of sisters and brothers go through these organizations. As this puck is slapped down by the Watertown Lakers, that was Jada Kranz. Down in the near corner. Janelle Lloyd battles in the near corner. Held in by Rachel Scott on a backhand. Puck tries to go back out. Janelle Lloyd picks it up to just inside the blue line. Fends off a defender. That's Corinne McCord.
Good job.
Got it. Once you get it, then you got it for the rest of the game.
Right.
This puck is held in by Riley Redland. And here's Krantz. She's going to get it taken off her stick right in front. Possibly had a shot there. Allison Moore is the goalie for Sioux Center. We haven't said her name. As taking a shot here for Sioux Center is Stevens, Antonia Stevens. Puck comes back out, and now Sioux Center takes the offensive zone again with a shot. Bounce off a defender, that was Rachel Scott, and this puck is put in front on a backhand. Can't quite get it in. That was number 22, Vandenberg, Alyssa Vandenberg for the Sioux Center Storm. Offensive play here. Vandenberg takes another shot. That's warded off by the Watertown Lakers off of a skate into the near corner. Near corner, just down from the bench, from the Lakers bench. And coming out of that is Rachel Scott. She's going to get over to Riley Redlands, going to go back to Scott. Held in over here by the Sioux Center Storm. Held in by Carly Lang. Far boards, Watertown Lakers trying to take it out of the zone. Can't quite do it. Here comes a shot right between the circles, and that one's defended off by the Watertown Lakers. Held in by Sioux Center Storm for a little while, now comes back out to the red line. And that one is punched in by Carly Lang. And the Watertown Lakers going to try to bring it out, and they can't. Held in nicely there by number 3, that's Camille McCord. Far corner, held in deep by the Sioux Center Storm. Riley Redling going to try to get it out to Zunde. Zunde's got it on her stick right in front of her teammates. And that one is held in by Sioux Center Storm. Sioux Center Storm be able to hold their offensive zone quite well thus far. As now it does come back out. This is the Watertown Lakers. She's going to have a shot right at the chest of Moore. And out into the neutral zone play. Harper Hendricks going to take it down in the zone. She's going to be checked offside, so we're going to have to get the Watertown Lakers are going to have to check up, as taking the neutral zone and the offensive zone is Sioux Center. Kaylin Melville, that was the one that had the shot for the Watertown Lakers, as Janelle Lloyd comes up over the red line. She's going to go 2-on-1, going to fire it. And that one, I look at the referee, I thought that was in top corner, hit the top post. I thought it was in from here. Referee had a lot better look at it than I did, as the Watertown Lakers punch it into the zone, and Janelle Lloyd along the far board once again going to skate it in towards the goalie. Going to take a shot pretty deep down in the zone. And Krantz going to leave it back in back of the zone. Harper Hendricks tips it off of her stick. And can't hold the zone is Jada Kranz at the blue line, as the Storm comes up through the neutral zone and have to check up offsides, where Kranz going to try to carry it out of there. And she can't carry it in the neutral zone. And this is number 10, Corrine McCord. Almost stumbled again on that. This Krantz going to take a backhand out to Harper Hendricks at the red line. Harper's going to get it going with her legs, has some resistance. She's one-on-one with the goalie, and it's off the top of the glove of Moore. And that was a near goal by Harper Hendricks. As this one does come out of the zone, Rachel Scott's going to chase back into her defensive zone, going to pass over to Riley Redland. And Rachel Scott finds it again. And this is a pass in front here for the Sioux Center Storm, and a shot. Vernell gets it off of a pad, goes back out and back of her. And it's a Zunde in the near corner. She can't get her stick on it. We've got 2 Lakers and a Sioux Center Storm player over there. And it does come out to Riley Redland along the far board. Jada Jenkins on the far corner. Riley Redland going to try to get it out from harm's way. That's right, puck is right in front of the Watertown Laker goalie. And here comes a shot, and that one is not a very hard shot, but had to be stopped yet by Burnell. Angela Burnell, 84% shot save percentage. She does let in, however, 6 goals a game. Allison Moore, 87%. And she lets in about just under 5 goals a game. So both of these goalies do let up goals. In this one thus far, it's 0-0 with 6:51 left in this first period. Both of these teams trying to stay or be in the state tournament. We're not too far away. We're going to talk a little bit with Jenny Workus about the state tournaments and everything that's coming up. Girls and boys hockey, as Janelle Lloyd's got it inside the zone. And she's going to fire it at the net, and that one's saved over by Moore. And Scott tries to push it into the net. She can't quite get it up there. Held in over here by Randall. Crans right in front. She takes a shot, and that one's saved by Moore. So we're going to have a stoppage of play as both teams are going to switch players here. Sioux Center girls varsity and Watertown Lakers. One of 2 games we have on tap as the face-off goes off the Crans stick, and almost a goal there. Pretty nice save by Moore. Just a bouncing puck off the face-off. Face-off won here by Lloyd. Harper Hendricks takes it out to Riley. Riley Redland's going to fire it at the net, try to get a deflection as Krantz. She can't quite get her stick on it. Held in by the Watertown Lakers. That's Randall. Trying to get over there once again to that one is Randall playing defense. She wears number 16, and Sioux Center Storm's going to take a shot here just a little bit wide. Burnell's got it on her left side, and it's pinched over there. Sioux Center Storm had a little backhand shot, and Burnell found it on her left skate. As we're going to have a stoppage of play. 0-0, Jenny Workus. Running the camera, running the computer.
Yeah, it's a lot for me. I have to pay attention to both things.
Well, and it's hard to stay warm doing all that.
Well, I got some nice hot chocolate from the concession, so I'm working on the staying warm part.
Offensive zone for the Watertown Lakers. As it does come out, Rachel Scott's going to find it on the red line. For the Watertown Lakers, Zunday's going to take it down the red line. Now she gets it into the zone. It's Melville. Melville's going to take a shot. That's her second shot tonight. She's doing a pretty nice job. She wears number 17. Kaylin Melville. She plays center on that second line for the Lakers and has done a real good job all year long. We're going to face off to the left-hand side of Moore. That's Allison Moore, the goaltender for the Sioux Center Storm. And that puck is won by the Lakers, but it does come out of the zone. And chasing down the far side is the Sioux Center Storm. And looking for a pass over to Kylie Reginator. Reginator, I should know that. There's always a Reginator on a Sioux Center Storm team.
And she is a senior this year, Kylie is, and so is Allison Moore. They're both Sioux Center seniors this year.
And seniors, that is a big thing. Here on senior night for the Watertown Lakers, girls and boys, we're going to recognize those seniors. Only one senior on the Watertown Lakers is Jada Crans. As this puck comes in the neutral zone to Riley Redland. Riley Redland's going to look all the way across the neutral zone and can't quite get Jada Jenkins over there. And Sioux Center Storm are going to take the offensive zone and going to push one at Burnell as she paddles it off to the side. In the near corner, this is Reginator. And a slap shot from the defender. That's Carly Lang for the Sioux Center Storm. Goes just a little bit wide as the puck comes out to Harper Hendricks. She wears number 4 for the Watertown Lakers. She's going to be one-on-one here with Lang. Going to make the circle and a shot. And that shot tipped over Moore, but she had it in her glove nonetheless.
You always know when you play Sioux Center, you're going to have those interesting names.
Yeah, you're going to have Vandenberg, you're going to have a Cannigator, you're always going to have a Cannigator.
That's right.
And
they have a little Cannigator. I think she's like 8. So they have lots of Cannigator left.
A little Cannigator.
Yes.
That's a great name in Sioux Center for hockey, and we've enjoyed watching those girls and boys play on both sides over the years, and I'm assuming that there will be more. As there's offensive zone play here, and it comes out now by Sioux Center into the neutral zone. And down in the far corner, that's knocked off of a stick. I didn't get the number of the Sioux Center, but as play continues for Sioux Center behind Burnell, and Harper Hendricks going to try to get it through the neutral zone. Playing good defense there is number 10, Corrine McCord, and there is a shot, and Moore is up to the task one more time. Allison Moore, she wears number 30. As you said, she's a senior for the Sioux Center Storm. Doing a good job in the net tonight thus far. 8 to 10 shots and no goals as of yet. Both of these teams do give up goals. It should be about a 6 to 7 game the way the stats look, but not at this point. It's 0-0 as Zunday takes it around the backside of Moore. Puck comes out and can't quite be held in here by Kayla Randall, and there's going to be a race to the puck on this end. It's going to be Janelle Ramirez for the Sioux Center Storm. Far board held in here by the Storm, and there's a shot just inside the blue line. Just goes a little bit wide. And that shot was by Antonia Stevens. She plays defense for the Storm. Sioux Center with a centering pass, can't quite find anybody in front, and here comes a shot. And I want to say that one was by Stevens from her defensive position, fires it at Burnell, and it's right at her chest. So we're going to get a stoppage of play. We're going to face off to the right-hand side of Burnell. Watertown Lakers, Sioux Center Storm, girls varsity action. One of 2 games tonight. We have 2:40 left in this first period, 0-0. As that face-off is won by the Sioux Center Storm, and a shot in the middle by Kylie Reginator, and that one is stopped by Burnell, and we're going to face off. Once again, same spot. That face-off does go to the Watertown Lakers as Janelle Lloyd's going to carry it into her zone. It's Lloyd, Kranz, and Harper Hendricks bringing it into the zone. And Harper Hendricks takes a shot at the net. Nice redirect there by Kranz. Just went a little bit wide. Held in here again by Harper in the near corner. Centering pass to Lloyd. She's going to get on her forehand and whiffs on it. Might have been a defender there that helped her out on that. Riley Redland's going to take it from the blue line, and that one is stopped by Moore. Riley Redland has shot a few shots from her defensive position. She played a little offense at one time, but she has 3 goals already this year, and I think all of those were shot from her defensive position. Watertown Lakers are going to get a change here. It's going to put Melville Zunde and Jada Jenkins on offense, and there's a shot there just a little bit wide of the goal for the Watertown Lakers. Sioux Center Storm looking for a centering pass to get out of the zone, and it does come out of the zone. Chasing over on the far side is Faith Vandevorst. Vandevorst holding the neutral zone. Watertown Lakers, this is Jada Jenkins into the offensive zone, and here comes Sioux Center Storm. Camille McCord's going to take it up on a backhand. That one's going to go all the way back down to Faith Vandevorst, and we are going to have an icing call. So we're going to go all the way back down. We're going to face off as a Sioux Center Storm. One of the gals looks like she got something in her eye as she goes off. I'm going to face off. That's Melville over on the far side, and a shot right off the face-off by Randall, and that one is saved by Moore. 14 shots is what Moore saved so far in a 0-0 game. 1:17 left in this first period. Here comes a shot by the Watertown Lakers. Sticked in front by Sioux Center Storm, and this one's going to go all the way down for an icing. 1:05 left in a 0-0 contest. As Coach Cran's going to put that first line out. Going to try to get a score here. Going into the second period, Lloyd's going to face off, and Amanda King. She got 4 goals, 4 assists, does Amanda King, as she wins the face-off. And coming up the ice is Amanda King. Some resistance from Janelle Lloyd. It does, however, go into the offensive zone for Sioux Center, deep behind the net. There's a centering pass. Nobody can get their stick on that one, as Harper Hendricks going to come up in front of her own bench. Going to try to get it out of the zone, and it does dribble out of the zone. Going to come back in. They can't touch it. Now they do. And that's Corinne McCorn. Corinne McCorn is going to take it deep in the far corner. Krantz going to find it right over in front of the student section. She kind of fans on a shot there to get it out of the zone. 27 seconds left. Harper Hendricks going to pick up along the near boards. Can't quite do that. And there comes a shot right in front by Sioux Center Storm. Nice save there for the Watertown Lakers. Burnell, and Janelle Lloyd now flips it all the way down to the other end. And it's going to be an icing. It's going to not quite do it for this period. It was 10:02 left in this first period. Dangerous shot there. A nice looking one-time shot by Sioux Center Storm right in front. And I believe that shot might have been by Reginator.
They're really trying to go into the locker room here for this break with a 1-goal lead, but it hasn't happened yet.
Yep. And this one is won by the Watertown Lakers, and that's Kranz. Kranz, if they hurry up, Hendrick's going to be one-on-one with the goalie, and she is going to take it to her forehand and just puts it right in the chest of Moore. There was a lot of room around that one, and Kranz and Harper Hendricks, Kranz being the senior, and Harper is an 8th grader, 9th grader? She might be an 8th grader.
I think she's an 8th grader.
She's an 8th grader.
She's 14.
And here on senior night, you see Kranz saying, Harper, maybe you should have passed that over. You could see him talking behind the net, and they're still talking about that one. There was some room around Allison Moore that time. So in this first period, we have no score, 15 shots on goal by the Sioux Center Storm, 11 for the Lakers, and just one penalty that occurred in that first period. Meg Zunde, 2 minutes for a trip. So kind of an uneventful first period for these two teams that are quite literally fighting to get into the state tournament.
Yep, just the top 8 teams get to go to the tournament. So we do have 9 teams in the girls varsity division, so there will be somebody that has to stay home.
Unfortunately. So, state tournament time. This is the time of the year that you play all year for this time of the year. This is the last regular season weekend for many of the girls. For the Lakers, for sure. We know that. And tomorrow, Sioux Falls will play Brookings. Rushmore will play at Mitchell. Aberdeen will play at Oahe. Watertown will play at Huron. So that's in girls action. And today, there is Aberdeen at Brookings, Oahe at Huron. Sioux Center, of course, is here in Watertown, and Rushmore at Mitchell. But this season for the girls is winding down. And I think there's a makeup game. Huron has to go to Rushmore yet next weekend as a makeup game, I believe. Yes, and we are going to talk to our senior, our one senior. So, yeah, the girls, we're going to talk state tournament time here pretty quick. As soon as we get Jada Kranz, she's down there. I'm going to take my headset, and we're going to take it down to Jada Kranz.
What are you going to ask me?
What's your favorite color? Don't say clothes right now. Okay. Jada Kranz is down below. She's trying to get her headset on. Jada Kranz, our one senior that we have on this team. Jada, can you hear me down there in the penalty box?
Yeah.
So Jada, all year long, they've talked over and over all year long about you being the one senior. How is it being the one senior on this team?
I guess I kind of like it. I don't really know.
So this is kind of your night here. I saw maybe a little senior advice on that last play, Jada. That last play for Harper, did you give that young player a little senior advice?
Yeah, just try to, I don't know, I guess I just yelled at her 4 seconds left to get a shot off.
That's the one nice thing about being the senior, right? You can kind of lead this team a little bit.
Yeah.
How do the younger girls? I mean, there's some 8th graders, there's 9th graders, and of course you talk to the U14 girls. Do they listen to? Do you feel like they look up to you as a senior?
Yeah. I feel like they look up to us pretty well.
Good. It's kind of nice to see those younger girls play with their only senior, and I'm sure you get a lot of attention just being the one only senior.
I do get a lot of attention.
That's good. So Coach went to something a little bit different this week. I see you playing offense. I'm not so sure I've ever seen you play offense.
I played a little bit a few years ago, and then I got moved back to defense, and now I'm back up at forward.
What would you rather play?
I'd rather play offense.
Would you really?
Yes.
Well, good. You get a chance here for the rest of the year, and I'm assuming that's going to stay that way through the state tournament. You never know.
I know. I'm pretty excited.
So how many years have you played hockey?
I think I counted yesterday, and I think 11 years.
11 years. So you were how old when you started, do you think?
I think I was in 2nd grade, whenever that is, however old.
Do you remember when you were a 2nd grader? Or tell us a little bit about maybe the first time you put skates on.
Well, I wasn't really wanting to put skates on until my sister was begging me just for 20 minutes. And then I never wanted to get off again.
And you've played a lot of hockey. Tell us a little bit about the other hockey that you've played outside of Watertown Laker hockey.
I played on Team SD since I was 12, I think. So I've been traveling a lot for that team.
So you also go to a national tournament in that. Tell us a little bit about some of the places you've been for the national hockey tournament.
I've been to like Detroit, Michigan, Boston. Last year we went to Pennsylvania, and then I've been to Colorado the year before that.
And this year is where?
This year will be in Minnesota.
For the U19, that's right.
Yes.
The U19 is in Minnesota this year.
Yes.
Good. So tell us one of the things that you remember, maybe a funny story, or one of the things that, 5 years from now when you look back at Watertown Laker hockey or Team SD hockey, what are you going to remember? Tell us the one thing.
Probably all the bus trips we've been on and getting to travel a lot.
Do you remember when you scored your first goal?
I know exactly where it's at, and I was in Sioux Center.
Okay.
But I don't remember the goal.
You don't remember the goal?
No.
Do you remember your last goal?
No. Yeah, that was in Huron, I think.
All right.
No, it was in Mitchell. It was in the Denny Sanford.
Okay. Yeah, they kind of all run together after a while, don't they?
Yeah.
So the question that everybody asks you, Jada, what are you going to do after you graduate?
I haven't really thought that far ahead. I'm still thinking.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are some ideas that have come to your head?
Well, I think I was going to go for photography, but I'm not really sure yet.
Okay.
That's something I want to do yet.
Okay, so what do you have left this year with hockey?
Tomorrow we go to Huron, and then we're done for the regular season, and then we have state.
And then Team SD kicks in.
And then Team SD, yes.
All right. Well, Jada Kranz, anything you want to say as the lone senior and the captain of this Watertown Lakers team? What are your last thoughts that you have as a senior?
I don't know. I guess just keep working hard.
Do you ever look around this arena and say, "My gosh, this might be the last time I play here"?
Yeah. We've already had emotional
Have
earlier
ya?
today, yes.
I don't want to get you emotional. You can't be emotional. You have 2 periods to play yet in this one. Right. Well, Jada, I can tell you it's been a pleasure watching you from my standpoint. I've seen a lot of your games and, of course, your sisters and so on and so forth. But I guess from the Watertown Lakers standpoint, I just want to tell you thank you for everything that you've done for this organization and, of course, for the girls program. You've been a real leader within this program.
Thank you.
Jada, go get him the rest of your hockey career. You have quite a few games to play yet, so you are not done yet.
Nope. Thank you.
Thank you, Jada. See ya.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was Jada Krantz, the one lone senior, and what a good leader she's been. She would be what I would call, we've known her for years, Jenny. She's a quiet leader, I think.
But yeah, she's definitely a quiet girl. Once you get to know her, she opens up a little bit. But I've been around Jada for a lot of years, and it wasn't until probably 2 years ago at Team South Dakota that she actually would come and talk to me on a daily basis or whatever without me having to ask her a question. She'd at least say hi.
Yeah, she's always been what I would consider shy, and I don't see him in the locker room. But from what I understand, she is a leader, and you don't always have to be boisterous to be a leader. She just kind of gets it done, and probably one of the hardest working girls that we've had in our program for years. She's just steady and quiet and just is always hustling to the puck.
Yeah, she's a good hard worker, and I'm the coordinator of Team South Dakota, so I get to see her, on some Team South Dakota weekends and at the national tournaments, and she's always a great contributor there as well.
She's played a lot of hockey.
She's played a lot of hockey, just like her older sisters. The Kranz family has a lot of hockey experience, and this is the last Kranz.
Yeah, and all the Kranz girls, they've played for their dad as the coach. And Jada's played a lot of games under her dad. And that can be, I don't know, it is what it is, I suppose. I think maybe sometimes a coach, if you're coaching your own kid, you're probably a little harder on that one than you are the rest of the team.
I would agree. And I think that there are some kids that really maybe don't want their parents to coach them.
Yep.
But I think that Jada's not one of those. I think
Yeah.
that Jada does like that her dad is her coach.
Yeah, yeah. And I've heard Coach Kurt, get after Jada,
Oh, absolutely.
and she takes it. She's like she always does. She takes whatever he has to say, and does a good job that way. We'll miss Jada.
Absolutely.
We really will. And it's kind of tough maybe being the lone senior on the team, but she said she actually really likes it.
Well, that's okay then.
Yeah.
You know, we're having the senior ceremony tonight, and we're doing all of the seniors together, so we didn't have to leave her as a lone ceremony standing out here at the girls varsity game all by herself. So we are doing a group. There's 8 senior boys and Jada, so we have a total of 9 seniors. So they'll all be honored together with their parents here coming up at right before the varsity game.
And there's a senior banner out there with all the boys on both sides, 4 and 4,
Yep.
and Jada's right in the center as the lone senior for
and
the
you
girls.
definitely can see a little bit of a size difference between her and them.
Yeah.
They're kind of
Jada's
towering over, and then
Jada's not very tall.
then she's short right in the middle.
Yeah, so it's kind of a neat picture being the only one like that. She's done a good job for the Watertown Laker girls, that's for sure. So let's talk. I think the next period we'll talk a little bit about state tournaments and so forth, but let's talk about the one state tournament that's in Watertown this year.
Yes, next weekend Watertown's hosting the Girls 14U State Tournament. So there'll be 8 teams here all weekend. The tournament starts on Friday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it runs until Sunday. The last game, the championship game on Sundays at 3 o'clock.
So the U14 girls, I would kind of say is a unique age group for girls, or a unique. Jenny's getting delivered hot chocolate.
Well, my other one was a little watery.
You just have one in transit all the time?
I texted and asked if they could check the machine and bring me another one. So this must be VIP treatment.
There it is. So U14, I guess, in girls hockey, more so than boys hockey, the U14 level is what I would really consider unique because of the fact that those young girls, many of the girls that you will see in that U14 state tournament have played varsity hockey.
Yeah, and I was so surprised when we went to WHA last weekend. They had some 11-year-old girls from the 14U team playing varsity, and they were like scoring goals out there. So
Yeah.
they were very good contributors. So it is a lot different on the girls' side than it is at the boys' side, because they can, jump that level. The 14-year-old boys have to play bantams, and they can't go anywhere else.
Right. Yeah, and the girls can go from U14, a 5th, 6th grader in some cases, like Awahi's has, and they'll play varsity hockey. They just jump up, and it's a real tribute to the girls that can do that. I don't know if boys could do that. The girls can, but I'm not so sure the boys could.
No, I think with the competition level we
Yeah.
have, we just don't, we have a lot more, boys in our program than we do girls, but our girls is growing at a much faster pace right now than our boys is, because girls hockey is really, becoming a big deal.
Well, that's a good point. The boys, the Watertown Lakers for sure anyway, and probably around the state, you would know, Jenny, the boys are just kind of level. They're really not numbers aren't flaring up anywhere to speak of.
I would agree with that. Most of the associations are kind of just hanging out. They have a few more, but nothing that makes a significant impact. Sioux Falls may be a little bit different.
Yep.
They have 900 hockey players. I mean, most other hockey associations, the average number that people have is probably around 175 to 200.
Yep.
Sioux Falls Youth Hockey has probably 175 Adam players, which are 8U and below.
Wow.
They have a lot of growth there at their young numbers.
That's impressive. And girls hockey, as we've talked about so many times, is a numbers game. Watertown Lakers right now, we're playing 2 lines and three girls on defense, and that's about it. So 3 lines is ideal in hockey, especially girls hockey, if you can get 3 lines. Tonight we see 2 teams basically running 2 lines of girls. As we face off to start this second period, that is Kaylin Melville winning that face-off. And held in by the Lakers. That's Randall. She's going to put a shot on. That is sticked out by Moore.
And Sioux Center does have some of their younger girls playing on their varsity team. We haven't seen them out here tonight, but they do have a couple of them that they have on their bench sitting over there just waiting for their opportunity.
And that makes up their third line probably.
Yep.
Yep. And there's a shot in front there by Camille McCord. And that one is stopped by Brunel. All the shots in this game have been stopped at a 0-0. We just started into the second period. And remains knotted up. This first goal, either way or whenever it happens, will be an important one, of course. It gives a little momentum as we face off to the right-hand side of Moore, and that's won by Sioux Center Storm. Faith Vandervorst carries it in back of the net and reverses field and comes back this way, and Janelle Lloyd's going to take it out of the zone through the neutral zone by herself. Going to tap it down deep and chase. Chasing along there is Vandervorst with her as they lock up into the near corner. Both of them looking for the stick, and Vandervorst tries to chip it out. Held in there for a while by Kayla Randall, and it's going to be a 2-on-1 here with Riley Redlin. And a shot does go through and warded off. And that puck almost comes out of the zone, and now it goes back down as Riley Redlin is going to take it out of the zone at the blue line, and Harper Hendricks is going to try to chip it out and can't quite get it. Kayla Randall going to chip it up right in front of us here. And Jada Kranz, the old lone senior that we just talked about, carries it into the neutral zone as it comes out. Riley Redlin's going to bounce it off the board up to Kranz again. Kranz going to take it down the red line, and she's going to carry it in. Passes it in off the backhand to Harper Hendricks. As Kranz going to now take it down in front of the net, and she gets that taken off of her stick by a defender for Sioux Center Storm. Sioux Center Storm comes back the other way. This is number 10, Corinne McCorn, and a shot goes just a little bit wide. A centering pass there, nobody around except for Kranz, and she's going to tip it over to Harper as she comes through the neutral zone. Harper's going to throw it in deep behind the net. This puck chipped away from Moore. And Riley Redlin doing a nice job keeping it in the zone and gets a good shot just at the top of the circle. And once again, that one is shot right at Allison Moore. She has saved 18 shots in this one so far with a 0-0 score, 14:46 left in this second period as we just got started on the clean ice yet. Held in by Randall deep in the zone. Carried around by Faith Vandervorst. She's going to get it up to the neutral zone here. Picked up in front by McCord. That's Corinne. Taps it back to a teammate. Watertown Lakers going to come all the way across to Zunde. And that one's chased down into the corner by the Watertown Lakers. Neutral play here by Sioux Center Storm. This is Ganel Ramirez. As Randall's going to try to chip it out of the zone, held in by the Sioux Center Storm. Puck comes out into the neutral zone. Red line for the Sioux Center Storm. Going to try to take it into the zone, can't quite do it. Melville gets it into the neutral zone. Zunde on the red line, going to pass it all the way up to a Watertown Lakers teammate. And neutral zone play continues here as Faith Vandervorst does now take the offensive zone and looking for a shot in front. They can't quite get it on their stick is the Sioux Center Storm. And it's going to come back out by Kaylin Melville right in front of us on the red line. Taps it over to Harper Hendricks. She can't get her stick on it. Two players go down in front of the Watertown Laker bench. Harper Hendricks on a backhand holds it in as Kranz going to try to chase it all the way around the backside of Allison Moore. Puck's in the neutral zone. Janelle Lloyd comes off the bench. Takes it with her skate through the neutral zone, and this one's going to go all the way back down. Breaking out is Harper Hendricks for the Watertown Lakers. She can't quite get that one on her stick. Now Janelle Lloyd does, and she's going to look all the way up to Kranz with a good pass. Can't quite handle it, and it ricochets all the way off to Allison Moore coming out of the net and covers that for the Sioux Center Storm. 0-0 in this one. Not a lot of action if you like scoring. If you like girls hockey. These are two evenly matched teams. Two teams that are, I would say, probably playing in the bottom of the conference, of course. As this one comes off face-off and it goes off, and taking the zone for the Sioux Center Storm is Canel Ramirez. As Rachel Scott tries to break it out, can't quite do it. As Sioux Center Storm holds it in the zone. Harper Hendricks tries to carry it on a backhand out of the zone. He can't quite do it. Centering pass. Intercepted there by Lloyd. Far corners, she ricochets it around to Krantz. Krantz on a backhand, going to go back over to Scott. Back over to Krantz. Krantz going to back over to Scott, trying to get it out of the zone in the near corner here as Rachel Scott swirls around. Now they're going to try to go back up to Krantz. It's Krantz and Scott, and now it finally is going to try to come out of the zone and still can't do it here for the... This is Ramirez. Ramirez is going to take a shot to a sliding Burnell, and that one is warded off by Burnell, held in by Sioux Center Storm. Sioux Center Storm doing a nice job holding the puck in the zone as the change happens by Sioux Center Storm, and this puck goes all the way back down to Moore. She shakes it off to the side, and Lloyd gets a backhand. That doesn't quite get anywhere out in the neutral zone for the Sioux Center Storm. Randall hustles off the bench and going to make a nice defensive play right in front of the net. This is Lloyd. She's number 12. She's going to carry with her feet. She's going to go 2-on-1 here. Going to try to chip it through and pick it up as it goes all the way to the goalie. Moore chips it out to the side. Jada Jenkins looking for a centering pass, and Scott shoots one between the circles just a little bit wide. Far corner, Sioux Center Storm going to try to take it out, and now it does come out of the zone. Scott can't quite handle it at the blue line. And Sioux Center Storm comes up through the neutral zone. This is Vandenberg. It's Alyssa Vandenberg, and she's going to take a shot just on the other circle, on the high circle, goes up and over the top of Burnell. Scott tries to get it over to Zunde. Zunde looks like she might have stepped on the puck and goes down on her knees. Held in by the Storm. Shot it just on the blue line. Randall finds it on her stick. Now it does come into the neutral zone. Picked up here by Faith Vandervorst. Faith wears number 14 as she's going to carry it into the zone as it sits on the blue line. And Zunde misses the pass right at the blue line. Slap back and forth. A little bit of slap hockey here. Nobody's maintaining any type of possession here for a while. As Zunde finds it on her forehand and fires it just inside the blue line, right at the goalie, Allison Moore. She stops 87% of them. She's done 100% thus far tonight. 9:55 left in this one. Second period. Face-off, Amanda King. Kaylin Melville. Kaylin Melville wins that one. The shot by, that was Randall. She wears number 16 for the Lakers, plays defense. As some teams tangle up down in the near corner, and coming out with that one for the Sioux Center Storm, and a nice shot. That was Canagator. That was Jaden Canagator, number 9. And looking for a centering pass, going to find a centering pass. Look out in front. Burnell finds that one right on her pads. I didn't catch who shot that. It was a really nice centering pass. I think that centering pass was by Canagator. And we're going to have a stoppage of play. Burnell also stopped 100% of her shots. 15 of them came her way so far this period, or this game. We're going to face off to Burnell's right-hand side, won by Sioux Center Storm, and a shot goes just a little bit wide. Fighting him back is Corinne McCord. Seems like she has the puck all the time. Nice centering pass. Can't quite find Faith Vandervorst. As it comes out in the neutral zone, goes all the way down to the end where Kranz is going to chase it. Moore is out of the net. Gets there before Kranz does, and Lloyd finds it along the far board. She's going to take it along and deep into the zone. Going to look for a centering pass here to Harper Hendricks, and she can't get it on her stick. Good defense there. As this one goes all the way down, Corinne McCord, she chases and wins the race down there and tries to get a pass just into the front. And Burnell catches that one with her skate. Sioux Center is going to get a full house change here, whereas the Lakers are going to bring in Randall on defense. Sioux Center Storm won another face-off. They won most of the face-off tonight. Here's a shot in front, and that one almost gets around, and it's behind Burnell. Referees are saying nothing, so that did not cross the line. I don't know how it didn't. It strolled along behind Burnell. Nobody knew where that puck was. Lloyd was down there.
That was a good stop.
Dangerous rolling puck. Face-off won by Sioux Center Storm. That's Vandevorst. Vandevorst looking for a centering pass and nobody there. Harper Hendricks along the far board, chips it off the board to Lloyd. Lloyd's going to get on the red line, tries to get the Crans in the zone. She's going to have to chase it into the near corner. Going to reverse field, looking for a pass. Goes off her skate. There comes a shot by Crans on the backhand. Doesn't quite make it. Far corner players are down, and Lloyd's going to have a shot just outside the circle, and that's going to be a high one. Grabbed by Allison Moore. That shot probably would have went over the top of the net, but Allison Moore gloves it, and there's a stoppage in play. And now the Watertown Lakers are going to get a complete change, shift change. Going to face off to the right-hand side of Moore, Kaylin Melville, centering this line. Face-off held in by Riley Redland over on the far side, and Riley fires it at the goal and does have to be stopped by Moore. We're going to face off all over again. Face-offs. So many sponsors. We haven't talked about any of them, Jenny.
We're slacking.
So many good sponsors. Riddle Jewelry does this face-off. As this Riddle Jewelry face-off happens to the right-hand side of Moore. We will work in some of those sponsors. They help us so much as play continues in the offensive zone for the Watertown Lakers as Melville tries to get a pass down to Zunde, and now the Sioux Center Storm are going to come charging through the neutral zone and into their offensive zone. Melville's going to beat it to the boards and up this side over here. Riley Redland going to take it into the neutral zone, flips all the way across for Zunde. Zunde can't quite get there. Brought into the zone by the Sioux Center Storm. Looking for a pass in front. That was McCord that was in front. Pass can't quite get there. And Zunde tries to carry it out, taken off of her stick. Now Scott gets it all the way up to the neutral zone. Carried in for the Sioux Center Storm by Jaden Kennegater. There's a shot by McCord. Goes a little bit wide. Another shot by McCord. Nice job by Burnell. Here comes another shot. Burnell's going to stay with it. Bouncing puck in front. And Rachel Scott saves the day as that puck comes out of the net. Rachel Scott blocks another shot. Now she's going to reverse field over in the far corner. Rachel Scott doing a nice job on defense in this one. Looks for another block, and that one goes wide anyway. Two players on this near side, and here we got a loose stick. As the Sioux Center Storm holds the zone, Riley Redling going to try to backhand it out of there, and Jada Kranz comes off the bench like a rocket. Tries to block a shot and can't quite do it, and this one's going to come just outside of the zone. Sioux Center's going to have to check up offsides. Rachel Scott's going to go behind her own goalie. As a loose stick goes around the rink, and Rachel Scott's going to pass it up in the neutral zone. This is going to go to Janelle Lloyd. Janelle can't quite keep it on her stick, but does hold the zone and takes a shot, and it goes a little wide. Harper Hendricks to the backside of Allison Moore, and a centering pass can't quite get there. Lloyd had a wide open net. She can't get her stick on it, and it's going back the other way. And this is Vandevorst, Faith Vandevorst with all the speed around the corner, and Harper Hendricks and her collide in the back of the goal. Nice job by Harper Hendricks. She paid for it though up against the wall, and here's a shot over here by Vandevorst. She's got on her stick for quite a while, and taking that one out is Kaylin Randall. Near board is Kranz. Kranz can't quite get it out of the zone, and Faith Vandevorst takes a shot from her defensive position. Padded off. Sioux Center holds the zone. Vandevorst takes a shot. Blocked in traffic, and here comes a shot. That was Camille McCord. Takes a shot right in front. Both goalies at 100% save percentage at this point in a no-score game. As the Watertown Lakers try to get it out of the zone, and Randall gets it up to the neutral zone now to Kranz, as tips it, and it's going to go all the way back down to the other end. No icing. Kranz hit it at the neutral zone. Tapped all the way back around by Sioux Center Storm. Janelle Lloyd holds it in the zone on the far side. Zunde's on the ice, and she's going to go over on the far side to help Lloyd hold it in the zone. Lloyd gets it a shot off the boards and right onto Moore's glove. And now comes up through the neutral zone. This is Faith Vandervorst, look out, she's fast. She's one-on-one with the goal, and she's going to score. Faith Vandervorst, her 7th goal of the year, breaks the ice here, so to speak, for the Sioux Center Storm with her first goal. And Burnell is skating off, and we're going to have a change, which isn't uncommon for the Watertown Lakers to change goalies. I think they were going to do half and half a game. That's what they've been doing second half of the season. And this is Kyra Reppy. Her numbers look a lot like Angela Burnell's, 81% save percentage, but she does give up 6.5 goals. As the Sioux Center Storm strike first in this one, 1-0 at the 4:30 mark. I should probably write that one down so I can recap that one at the 4:30 mark. Sioux Center scores as Sioux Center picks it up behind their own goalie and look to break out of the zone, and this one comes out into the neutral zone. 1-0, it's been a scoreless game up until this point, and always gives you a little pep in your step. And you'll see that Amanda King right now as she carries the puck into the zone, held in by Sioux Center Storm, and Riley Redland's going to get her stick on it, try to chip it up here to Jada Jenkins. Jada Jenkins does get it out of the zone, picked up on the red line, however, by Sioux Center Storm. Puck off the referee's skate. Zunde can't quite get in the offensive zone. They're going to be offsides. He's not going to call it, but everybody was checking up. I thought Zunde maybe touched the puck in the zone, but she didn't. Jada Jenkins now going to get into the zone, and here comes Melville. Melville's got on her forehand, takes a shot right into the skate of a Sioux Center defender. Harper Hendricks comes off the bench and finds the puck right at her skates and going to take it into the near corner. Pass whiffed on by a Sioux Center Storm defender, and here's Harper Hendricks going to find it, and she's going to top circle. That puck is loose. Harper Hendricks shot it. I thought the goalie had it, Allison Moore, and all of a sudden it came out and ended up right back on Harper Hendricks' stick, and she couldn't find the goal. 30 shots for Allison Moore. I'm sorry, 19 shots she stopped with a shutout thus far. Watertown Lakers have put 30 shots on. 19 shots on. I'm looking at the wrong way.
That's always pretty confusing.
It is. Watertown Lakers, 19 shots on goal. Sioux Center Storm, 30 shots on goals. Harper Hendricks going to take it. Going to take a shot at the goal, and that one's padded out by Moore. And Moore is going to get on that one also as Kranz shoots it. Nice job by Moore. She's going to sleep good tonight. Working on her shutout here at 2:52 in this second period. Face off to her left-hand side. Lloyd wins that one in the offensive zone. And it does come out of the zone now. And we've seen her go by here all game long. Faith Vandervorst, she's always carrying it into the zone right in front of us. She's number 14. Riley Redland bats it behind her own goalie. Randall up to Hendricks. Trying to get it to Krantz. Can't quite get it out of the zone. Nice defensive play. Holding the zone there for Sioux Center. And now Kranz going to try, I'm sorry, that's Hendricks, going to try to take it up along the far boards. And does so. She has Kranz waiting on the blue line to Kranz. Kranz going to throw it at the net. That goes a little bit wide. Picking up the puck is Vandenberg. It's Elisa Vandenberg in back of her own goalie. And here comes a shot from Redland. And from her defensive position, goes a little bit wide. Lloyd chases over to the near corner as Rachel Scott does hold the zone. Nice job. Little help there from Kranz as she's going to take a rest. Coming onto the ice for the Watertown Lakers. Lloyd's behind Moore. Can't quite get that pass up there. And neutral zone play here. And here comes Vandervorst. This is Faith. She's one-on-one with the goalie. And that one's going to go up and over the top of Kyra Reppy for Sioux Center's second goal of the game. Making this one 2-0 at 1:39. So Sioux Center is starting to show a little life here in this second period. And that was Faith Vandervorst. I got a feeling that's going to be unassisted. She did it all by herself. Vandervorst playing a pretty good game tonight. Seems like she has it on her stick the whole time. And she found herself one-on-one with the goalie. Face-off neutral zone. Play continues over on the far side. Passes it up here and carrying it into the zone. A Sioux Center Storm block there by Randall, doing a nice job on that block shot by Corinne McCord. Corinne McCord's going to take another shot, and that one's a nice shot warded off there by Reppy. This one goes in back of Reppy. That is McCord and Scott. And we're at 1 minute remaining in this second period, and a 2-0 game for the Sioux Center Storm. As Rachel Scott gets it up through the neutral zone, and now it does come back out, and it's going to go all the way back down. I got a feeling we're going to have an icing call, and we do. So 44 seconds left in this second period. The Watertown Lakers find themselves down by 2. All happened in the second period for the Sioux Center Storm. And we're going to face off, offensive face-off for the Watertown Lakers is Lloyd. Won by the Sioux Center Storm. Tried to get a pass across. That puck's sitting right in front. Nobody can get a stick on that one, and Moore's all over. The puck is still loose. Now we do have a whistle. That puck came off the face-off and dribbled between the lines and almost up to the crease. And I think that was Harper Hendricks trying to get her stick somehow on that one. And couldn't quite do it. Moore ended up coming out of the goal and sitting on that one. As this faceoff is won by the Sioux Center Storm, coming right up through traffic is Van Vorst. Kranz gets a stick on it. Now it comes up right down in front of us. This is Van Vorst and Harper. Harper's going to try to get it over to Kranz. Kranz, the one senior here on senior night. She's going to take a shot. That one doesn't make it there. She chips it forward, and Moore reaches out of the net and grabs it with her glove as we get a stoppage of play. 7.6 seconds left in this one, second period. We're going to talk a little bit state tournament hockey, boys and girls, with Jenny Workus when this period's over. And faceoff comes out in the neutral zone. Riley Redland tries to backhand it down and over to Kranz, and that's going to do it in the neutral zone here for the second period. Everything that happened in the second period. We had nothing but one penalty in the first period. Second period at 4:30 did come alive here for Sioux Center, scoring the first goal of the game. I don't have who did that one, but I'm going to take a guess at it because I think it might have been Corinne McCord, maybe. And then they struck again at 1:39. At 1:39, we took another goal to make it 2-0. And Kurt Kranz is yelling to us. Let's give 1 sec. Kurt Kranz, coach of the Watertown Lakers, wanted to know if we were going to talk to another player, and I think we're going to just leave that to our senior night. How does that sound?
That sounds special to me.
Jenny, we have so many sponsors that you've worked on so hard, and I've neglected them all the way up until this point right now.
Oh, would you like me to read through them for you?
You want to read them off without looking, or do you want the sheet? Okay,
I don't actually.
Jenny's worked so hard getting these sponsors for us, and these sponsors are the reason why we are on the air bringing you this game with GoWatertown.net. Normally on KSDR, not tonight. We are only streaming live tonight, and for the boys' game too. If you want to catch the boys' game, don't look for us on the radio. Jenny, how many of those sponsors do we have?
We have lots of great, fantastic sponsors. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the booth sponsor that is sponsoring this nice, fabulous place that we're broadcasting from up here. It's the Reliabank booth sponsor. Today's game sponsor, we have Worth Electronics. So Worth Electronics is going to actually have some employees here, and they're going to be set up in the warming room tonight for the boys varsity game, and I think they're going to be handing out some koozies and some other fun things during the boys game. Our pregame show tonight was brought to you by Watertown Area United Way, who's the big sponsor of Watertown hockey. We do generally receive a grant from them every year, so we're thankful for those funds from the United Way, which helps us to be able to scholarship players into Watertown hockey and also to help offset some of those gear needs through the Watertown Area United Way. Our coaches' comments are brought to you by Deutsch Excavating. The starting lineup sponsor is from First Choice Auto Wash and Dutch Boy Car Wash. The puck drop and face-off sponsor we did talk about a couple times tonight. It's Riddle's Jewelry. The timeouts and the scoreboard sponsor our score tonight. Right now we have Sioux Center 2, Watertown 0. That sponsor is First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. Of course, the Pelican Power Play, the Pelican Power Sports Power Play and Penalty Kill, that tongue twister. We've used that one time tonight so far with that one lone penalty that we had. We have Hockey Happenings, which is sponsored by Sharp Automotive. Chuck-a-Puck, we're going to do Chuck-a-Puck tonight at the boys varsity game. Actually, the Watertown High School Student Council is going to be with us tonight doing Chuck-a-Puck, and they're going to be raising money for Children's Miracle Network through the Chuck-a-Puck tonight. We have the player of the game sponsor, so at the end of the night tonight, you'll be picking a girls varsity player of the game and a boys varsity player of the game, which are going to be that is sponsored by Subway. Subway gives those players a $10 gift card, so we super appreciate that. We have our Big Brother, Little Brother and Sister program, which is a great program with our varsity players and our squirt age players. That's sponsored by Elite Drain and Sewer and First Bank and Trust. So thank you to all of those sponsors who help support Watertown hockey so we can bring this radio broadcast to you and so that we can continue on with this great sport every week.
Good job, Jenny, on the sponsors. Good. Get my mic on there. Good job with the sponsors.
Yeah, I did pretty good, didn't I?
Yeah, and you go out personally and talk to all these people and say, hey, would you like to sponsor the radio and web broadcast?
Well, and this year I didn't talk to all of them. I actually had help this year. So there's a marketing crew. So Molly Randall's the chair committee of that crew, and she did some of them, and we have some other people that kind of help sell some of the sponsorships. We have lots of dasher board signs on our rink here. We have wall signs. We have all kinds of fun things that we get sponsors for. So we have a small little group that goes out and sells those each year.
How did we neglect our sponsors the first period and a half?
Well, we just really didn't have a lot of penalties or anything that we could talk about them.
We had some face-offs. We had a lot of Riddle Jewelry's face-offs.
We'll make up for it in the third period.
Well, I think here's what we should do. Let's do a Hockey Happenings brought to you by Sharp Automotive with Adam Lallam. Want to do that?
Sure.
Okay, we're going to get Adam Lallam on here. Adam Lallam is the president of the Watertown Hockey Association, and brought to you by Sharp Automotive. Welcome, Adam.
Hey, thanks for having me.
What's going on in the Watertown Hockey Association nowadays?
Well, we're getting towards the end of our year, which is kind of exciting. I know it's there's some kids with injuries and people are playing hurt, but it's one of those deals, long season but short season. So we're kind of getting towards the end of our regular season, coming up to postseason time here shortly, next couple weeks. I believe we start U14 coming up next week, I believe it is. And
yeah, so there's a lot always to what I call just to do stuff, of course, in the Watertown Hockey Association. First off, tell us a little bit about the association and how it's structured, the Watertown Hockey Association. What's the structure of that unit?
Well, besides our board people, we have plenty of parents that are helping out. Our kids start as little as 4 or 5 year olds. We got mini mites, all the way up to the varsity, boys and girls. We got many different levels. There's a lot of teams in each level. Always could use more, so if there's kids that want to come out and watch, that'd be a great time here. We got a U14. Try hockey for free is always a big one. We can get those kids a stick and let them go out there and hopefully not punch each other with it or hit their friends with it, but it's something we got to do. It's kind of exciting.
And you have board members.
We have board members. Yep. We got executive style board, which has past president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, and then we got people from each level, from development to at large, and kind of everything in between. So meet once a month for that, kind of go over business as usual. As hockey wraps up, we got plenty of stuff to go towards next year, try to figure out numbers.
And the board relies on parents to do work.
Yes.
There's a DIBS program that everybody has to do a certain amount of work.
Yeah, all volunteer, so you don't have to write a check, but it's, it takes a village to get this thing to go. Our parents are always out helping out. You'll see people step in, selling concessions, working score booth, running the clock. That's where a few people are at. I'm actually announcing today's game, so I'm apologizing for anyone listening that hears me. But it's always fun. The city's out here Zamboning the ice right now, trying to keep it clean. Ice is looking good this year, which is it's good.
It is. And let's talk a little bit about ice. You know, the Watertown Hockey Association, of course, is not terribly involved, but I guess involved enough in the new rink.
Yep.
So we know a little bit about the new rink. What's going on? Tell us what you know.
We've talked with the city, had a couple conversations, just trying to figure out where we're at, when we can get construction further along. They had some issues with supply chains, and but they said they're going to start hopefully putting walls up here shortly. So once the walls get going, there'll be a big change.
But the word on the street is that the rink is happening. There is construction. The footings are in.
Yes.
Things are happening. We are going to get a new ice rink.
Yes, we are. I don't know if we'll be in there by the time season starts next year, but we're hoping to finish it in there. So it'll be kind of an exciting time for Watertown and the community and the northeast part of South Dakota as well.
So we're going to have realistically, we'll probably have a half a season in this rink yet, would be my guess.
Yep, I would assume so.
Jenny, do you agree with that? Maybe a half a season in this rink next year?
A few weeks ago, I talked to the new ice arena manager, and he said yes, it probably won't be until at least the end of December, maybe January of next year is what they were thinking at that point. But you never know.
And that's Mr. Scott Glow.
That would be Scott
He's
Glow.
pretty well known throughout the community. He is going to be tasked with operating the new rink.
And filling it up when there's not hockey. So.
Yeah, and I see he is here tonight. He's been here, so he's kind of getting his bearings about him as far as how the games are run and so on and so forth. But we're really looking forward to that in Watertown. Like you said, it's not only just a Watertown rink, it's a regional.
Yeah, I know the other associations are excited for it too. I know Brookings has put a lot of money in there. Sioux Falls obviously has the 3-sheet complex, so it'll be a nice addition to the whole organization and all South Dakota Amateur Hockey Association as well.
Yeah, and I think it's going to add a new dimension for hockey in Watertown.
I do believe so as well. Hopefully we can get a few more kids come out. The Try Hockey for Free. Jenny, when is that?
Try Hockey for Free is coming up on February 25th at 1 o'clock.
There you go.
You can go to usahockey.com, search Try Hockey for Free, and it'll pin Watertown, and you can sign up.
So if I'm listening as a parent and I have a child that's how old?
I would say 4 to 10 is kind of our average range for
so
Try
if you
Hockey
have a
for
child
Free.
4 to 10 and he's never put a pair of skates on,
Or
perhaps,
she.
She. Yes.
If you have anyone living at your house between the ages of 4 and 10, or know anybody, a grandchild, a friend, a neighbor, you do not need to know anything about hockey. You do not need to know anything about skating. All you need to know is where the George E. Mace Arena is, and that you need to show up here a little bit before 1 o'clock that day. We will get you skates. We will get you equipment. Please pre-register so we know how many kids are coming, so we know how much equipment to set aside. But we will take good care of you, and your kids can come out here and be on the ice for an hour. And I haven't heard recently, but in the fall with our Try Hockey for Free, they have some jerseys and some fun things they give away, and I think that they'll have those again this year in the spring. So you might even get to take home a jersey if you're one of the first kids to get signed up. So get signed up.
So what do you say to those parents that, well, my son or daughter has never been on the ice?
It doesn't matter. None of the kids have been on the ice before their first time, and guess what? When they're little, they can zip right along in a really quick hurry.
Yep. We've all had kids, of course, in hockey, and I always tell the young parents that you really, the thing you need to teach your kid that when he first touches the ice, teach him how to get up.
Yeah.
They will fall.
That's the hardest
Guaranteed to fall. Guaranteed to fall, but you have to get them to the point where they can stand up.
The first hardest thing is standing up. The second hardest thing is stopping.
Yep. And getting up. I know my kids when they were young, when they started skating, as soon as they learned how to get up on their own, that's when they learned how to skate. Because they were no longer afraid of falling. Because they could get up.
It doesn't hurt nearly as much when you're young as when you're old. So, and these kids pick it up really fast. It's kind of exciting because, you'll see tonight at senior night, there's kids that have been playing for 13 years.
Yeah.
So, they're starting at 4 or 5 years old. It's super fun to watch these little guys go out there, and girls, to get them out there, and then you see them as seniors, how fast they go. And
it always amazed me, even with my own kids, you'd see them play hockey games, and they fell, and they kind of stumbled around. And all of a sudden, one day, you go to the hockey rink, and your kid is, skating really well, and you're like, how did that happen? Or when the puck comes down and they kick it off their skate up to their stick, and then it goes off the wall back to their skate onto their stick, and they never lose stride. You sit there and you say, "Whoa, wonder when he learned that."
And they pick it up fast, and you see there's some of the girls are pretty new skaters. From the beginning of the year to the end of the year, you see it. It's super fun to watch. These little kids are always fun. If you get a chance to come out and watch them, it's enjoyable to watch. The kids, they bounce up, they bounce down. They might do snow angels, but at the end of the day, they have a big smile on their face, and that's all that matters.
And we've had, especially in the girls program, we've had some girls that started late.
Yeah.
And a couple of them that come to mind right away is Meg Zundy.
Yep. Yeah.
Meg Zundy, about a year and 2.5 years ago,
Yep.
she, to put it nicely, she couldn't get out of her own way.
Nope.
And now she's playing on that second line and contributing and has like 5 or 6 goals already.
Yeah, she's first or second in scoring on their team. So
and that's not easy. You know, if you have a child that's going to start late, they can.
Yep.
It takes maybe a little bit more hard work at that point, but it surely can happen, and we've seen it happen on both boys and girls.
Well, and especially at the girls, being that we're at the girls event today, I mean, there's about 4 skaters that are probably less than 3 years that they've been skating.
And they're playing varsity hockey.
And they're playing varsity hockey, and they're playing at a pretty decent level. So, and some of them are excelling even faster. They'll see it from 1 year to year 2, huge step that goes into it. So, never too late to get any of those kids into hockey. Let's bring them out here. Let's get them in. We'll put them on some skates. We have some rental equipment that they can use. Get them out there and have some fun.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing. You know, we hear about the expense of the equipment and so on and so forth. At this point, if you have a skater or a youth living in your home and they want to play hockey, they will play hockey.
We will make sure that they will play hockey.
They will play hockey.
We'll figure a way.
Yes, one way or another, they will have a helmet, they will have skates, they will have gloves, they will have a stick, they will have all the equipment they need.
Absolutely.
And the beauty about hockey parents is they help out. If you need someone to run your kid to Huron, jump in the car with them. You'll be fine. So our biggest thing, let's get everyone to play hockey, have some fun, and it's a great sport for a team activity. So I appreciate it. Thanks for having me. I got to go back and announce this game. So
all right,
hopefully let's pull it out in the third here.
All right, see ya. Thanks for coming up. That's Adam Lallam. He's the president of the Watertown Hockey Association. Jenny, he dropped in on us. That's good. We will still have to talk about some state hockey. We talked a little bit about it, and maybe at the end of the game, maybe in our post-game show, we can talk a little bit about where we're heading as far as state tournament time.
That sounds great, Jim.
As we are going to start this third period, it was all Sioux Center in the second period, scoring 2 goals, and the only 2 goals of the game. Sioux Center leads this one 2-0 as we drop the puck for the third period. King and Lloyd drop the puck as this one is stuck at neutral ice, and Krantz going to try to take it up through there, and Harper going to take the offensive zone. There's a pass over to Krantz. She can't quite keep it on her stick, and Lloyd holds it in along with Scott. Harper Hendrick going to find it. She's going to throw it at the net. Krantz trying to get a tip on it. Lloyd holding it in on her knees, and Krantz with a nice shot, pass over to Harper. No room to take a shot, and Rachel Scott fires it. Thinks she should have made it. After she shot it, she kind of put her head up like, I missed the net by a mile. Now she's got it again just inside the blue line. She's going to skate it in, pass it over to Lloyd. Lloyd tries to get a backhand. Now this one does come out of the offensive zone. Chasing back is Randall. We're going to have an icing. And we're going to go back down the other end. The Watertown Lakers are going to try to get a change here. Yeah, it looks like maybe they're just going to change their defense out. As Sioux Center Storm going to change everybody.
We're going to get ready here for this Riddles Jewelry puck drop.
Jenny's helping me now.
Yes.
She's helping me now with the sponsorships. It's a Riddle Jewelry face-off to the left-hand side of Moore. That is won by the Sioux Center Storm. As Zunde tries to meet in back of the net, she can't find anybody, and this is Sioux Center Storm. This is Camille McCord taking it all the way down by herself in back of the Watertown Laker. Kyra Reppy is in the goal this last period. There was a change, and there's a goal right there by the Sioux Center Storm. As I was talking about Kyra Reppy, one went past her leg. For a 3-0 game right now, and that score is going to be, I got to get her number, and I got a feeling that was Faith Vandervorst. If that is the case, that's her second. So Faith Vandervorst makes this thing to 3-0, and for the Watertown Lakers, it becomes go time here at 3-0. A team that the Watertown Lakers should be able to play with and can, and they find themselves down 3-0.
So Jim, that first goal was scored by Faith Van Vorst as well, so that's a hat trick.
Oh, it's a hat trick. You know, I was wondering about that when I said that. She wears number 14, so she has all the goals in this game, 3-0. Good job for her, Faith Van Vorst. Neutral play here by Sioux Center, and this is Amanda King. Gets it taken off her stick by Zunde. Now she's going to try it again. Going to come up through the neutral zone. This is King. Amanda King going to pass it over to a teammate. I can't see her number. There's a shot that goes just a little bit wide. And Zunde's going to take it all the way across to Kranz. Kranz in the neutral zone. She's got Lloyd in the center. She's going to backhand it down deep. They're going to dump the puck down deep, are the Watertown Lakers, as Harper Hendricks holds it in just inside the zone. Randall's there helping out with Lloyd. They're all holding it in the zone. And for Corinne McCord is there, trying to get it out of the zone along with Amanda King. Now this one does go down deep and held in the zone just for a minute there by Randall. And this puck's going to go along the blue line, back out to the neutral zone for the Watertown Lakers. Going to take it all the way across to Lloyd. Lloyd's going to take it with her stick on just in front of us, and she's going to try to make the circle, and she can't quite do it. Nice defense there by Antonia Stevens. Haven't said her name much. I can hardly say it even when I have to say it. Here's Kranz right in between the circles. She's going to take a shot off the glove of Moore. Nice shot by Kranz, and Moore continues to stop 100% of all the shots that the Watertown Lakers have shot, which is 23 she's stopped tonight so far.
I think Antonia Stevens may be a senior as well. Don't quote me on that, but
okay.
I think she might be.
She plays defense for the Sioux Center girls, wearing number 12. Face-off, offensive zone for the Watertown Lakers. Sticked all the way around for the Sioux Center Storm. Riley Redland can't quite hold it in and comes in the neutral zone. Into the offensive zone is Kylie Regenator. Held in on the far side by Sioux Center Storm. That's Vandenberg, Alyssa Vandenberg. Watertown Lakers trying to get it out of the zone. Riley Redland going to take it all the way back over to Melville. Kaylin Melville. Held in the zone by Lang. There goes a shot from Lang. And now it does dribble out. And I think the Lakers must have got a stick on that one as it dribbles out, and Sioux Center Storm's going to have to go all the way back. 3-0 game. Sioux Center Storm here over the Watertown Lakers. Neutral zone play here for Harper Hendricks. Trying to get it over to Krantz. Goes behind her, can't quite get it, and Krantz can't get it off her skate in the offensive zone. Now Krantz circles back around. Now she's going to find it on the far side. Krantz is making circles. Touched the puck about 4 times in the offensive zone. Now does get it down deep as Lloyd finds it in the far corner. She's going to throw it at the net. That one goes a little bit wide. Harper Hendricks in the near corner. Going to try to get out to defense. Riley Redmond's going to take a shot. Blocked off. And there's a shot in front. Moore thought she had it covered, and it goes all the way across her. Centering pass. Now Scott finds it up on top of the circles, and Moore is up to the task once again as she finds that one in her glove. Jenny, this has been a pretty good performance here by Allison Moore in a shutout thus far.
She's on her game. She's faced a lot of shots.
Yeah, she really has. Face off to her left side. Won by the Watertown Lakers. As Randall fires it at the goal, and there's a scrum in front from Kranz and Harper, and Moore covers another one. 25 shots she's stopped in this shutout thus far for Allison Moore.
And I don't know if she's had any other shutouts this year, but this, is this their last game of the season? She might be trying to make this one count. Her last game, her senior year. It could potentially be her last game before state tournament. I'm not sure if they play tomorrow or not.
We can look as play continues up through the neutral zone and into the defensive zone for the Watertown Lakers. They do not play tomorrow. They're off tomorrow. So, yeah, you might be right. I think this is probably their last game of the year.
Yep, this is their last regular season game, hoping to make it into the state tournament.
They're sitting at 2-11 right now and are 7th in there, so they're probably going to get to the tournament, I would be my guess. A lot can happen, but there's not too many girls' games left. There's only 4 tomorrow, and then there's those 2 games next weekend where Huron has to go out to Rushmore. Janelle Lloyd carries it into the offensive zone and shoots it at the goalie. Moore can't get it to stick in her glove, and it goes all the way back out to neutral zone, and here comes Sioux Center. So this is Carmen McCord. She's played a nice game tonight. As Zunde carries it in the offensive zone, now this one stays right on the blue line and picked up over there by Amanda King, and she's going to take it into the zone all by herself. Riley Redland playing defense, and nice stop there by Reppy. Riley Redland up to Zunde. Zunde trying to get it over to Jada Jenkins. Jada can't quite get there before a Sioux Center Storm player gets there. Carly Lang takes it through the neutral zone. Camille McCord shoots it at the net. That's one's warded off by Reppy. Play over in the far corner. Janelle Lloyd goes over and picks it up. And that pass is intercepted, turns into a pass in front of the net. Nobody there as Riley Redland backhands it over to Jada Jenkins. Far boards. Trying to clear it off the boards is Jada Jenkins. And a centering pass is intercepted by Janelle Lloyd. Riley Redland going to try to pass it up to Harper Hendrick. She's going to take it off the near board right in front of her bench. Going to reverse field here and going to come skating up through the neutral zone. Harper Hendricks has put on some speed throughout this season. She can really get going. Kind of carries the puck with one hand on the stick, but can really get up through traffic. As she battles in the far corner, back and forth, looking for a centering pass. And now that one comes out and there's nobody home to receive that one. Melville tried to get there and couldn't quite do it. And here comes Vandervorst. She's got all of them tonight. Looking for a centering pass, and then nobody can get a stick on that one. This one comes back out, shot blocked by Scott. Puck stays along the blue line and in the offensive zone for Kennegator. Holds it in, and Melville finds it in the far corner, going to look up the ice, and nobody to pass to. She's going to get her legs going. Reverses field. Watertown Lakers need to get up the ice and get her somebody to pass to, as Jada Jenkins can't get it off the far boards. Neutral zone play here for Sioux Center as they dump it into the zone. Pass was going over there to Ramirez. And I was looking down at the time, but I think it must be an offsides for Sioux Center. So we're going to face off just outside the blue line right in front of the Lakers bench. Amanda King faces off against Melville. King takes it out of the face-off all by herself, goes in a circle, and she's going to take it down on her forehand, looking for a centering pass. Nobody can quite get to that one. Sioux Center holds the zone, keeps the puck deep. Riley Redland pushing it along the backboards. There's a centering pass, warded off by Reppy with a shot off of her pad. Shot from the blue line, a slow-moving shot right on the ice. As King circles around, centering pass, and that one does get past Reppy, and that's going to be at 8:24. What was that?
It was player number 24.
Player number 24 is Ganella Ramirez. Hope I'm saying that right. Am I saying that right?
I'm not sure what her first name is.
It is Ramirez. And if that's, from my records, if that's Ramirez, that's her first goal of the year as a faceoff goes down and Janelle Lloyd goes flying off the faceoff, racing that puck to Moore, and Moore comes out of the crease. And they ran into each other. I heard somebody say a sorry. I don't know if Moore said sorry to Lloyd or Lloyd said sorry to... And we're going to face off.
She wasn't letting the puck go in, though.
No, it was not going in. She's working on this. She's working hard on this shutout, is Allison Moore, as the puck is in the neutral zone, and Harper's going to try to carry it in the zone, does tap it into the zone. Sioux Center doing a good job controlling the puck in this game. They've held their offensive zone very well tonight. Broke out of the zone very well tonight. 7:47 left, and it's 4-0. Sioux Center. And a shot goes way wide for the Watertown Lakers, and here's Harper Hendricks going to try to push it in front to Lloyd. She can't find it on her stick, and this goes up to Randall. Randall's going to throw it at the net. A bouncing puck just goes a little bit wide. Good looking shot by Randall as it comes out and hits her in the skates at the red line, and Harper Hendricks going to try to get it up out of the neutral zone. And Randall tries to stick it out. And some neutral zone play, and Rachel Scott's going to try to go around a player and does, and takes the offensive zone, and that one is sticked off by the Sioux Center Storm. Randall goes all the way back to pick it up, and Hendricks bounces it off the board as Lloyd picks it up, and she's going to try to go around a player and can't quite do it. This is Vandervorst. Vandervorst runs into her own player, and now dumps it all the way back down in the far corner. Rachel Scott's going to have to chase it into the near corner. Passes it over to Randall. And there's a slap shot at the blue line. That shot is way wide of the goal. Kira Reppi's in the goal for the Watertown Lakers. As neutral zone play here by Zunde. Zunde gets out a little bit out in front of her. And this one goes all the way down. It's not going to be an icing. They're going to wave it off as Sioux Center takes it behind Reppy. Pass center, held in the zone nicely by Sioux Center Storm, and that was Jaden Canagator. Play continues right in front of the Sioux Center boards as Zunde's got it pinned up against the board. Melville comes out with it. She's going to go right down the red line through the neutral zone with it. Bounce it off the boards. Neutral zone play, 5:45 left in this game. Watertown Lakers find themselves down 4-0. And it's the Premier Bank scoreboard is telling us 4-0 as the Watertown Lakers give up a breakaway here by the Sioux Center Storm, and scores is Kylie Regenator all by herself. That puck was handed to her just inside the blue line at the 5:24 mark. So Sioux Center in control of this one, 5-0. Nice job there by Renegator. So Sioux Center, 5-0. I wouldn't have predicted this one. I thought it would be closer. Lloyd and King going to face off like they have most of the game, and that one's won in the neutral zone by the Sioux Center Storm. Trying to take it through the neutral zone is Lloyd. King takes it off of her stick. Watertown Lakers have not been able to get very much possession this game, as a puck goes from Lloyd up to Harper Hendricks, and she's going to try to turn the corner, and does, and gets a shot that goes a little bit wide off the pad of Moore. Lloyd in the far corner are going to scoot it all the way back around. Hendricks going to try to get to it. She can't quite do it. Held in by Randall off her stick, and not held in the zone as Scott has to hustle over from her defensive position, doing it all by herself. Doing a nice job is Rachel Scott. She's really come on in the second half of the year playing defense for the Watertown Lakers. And she will be relied heavily to play defense next year when Jada Kranz is gone, as Jada does play a lot of defense up until these last couple games of the year. But Rachel Scott going to be a really good Watertown Laker player for a long time. Lloyd and Harper Hendricks in front of their own goal, and puck is stuck here in the neutral zone at this point. Now it does take the offensive zone for the Sioux Center Storm, and a shot goes off of Reppy's pad, and she's going to cover that one. 3:56 left in a 5-0 shutout by Sioux Center. Allison Moore has a 100% save percentage in this one. She stopped all 28 of them as the faceoff is won by the Watertown Lakers. And does maintain deep in the zone, however, behind Reppy. Pass going to try to break out. And can't quite break it out. Now Zunde gets it off of her stick, and there's a shot by the littlest player on the whole team for Sioux Center, and I'm going to get you that name as soon as I find their lineup.
Oh, that might be the little Canagator.
That's Macy Canagator.
Yeah.
You are right, Jenny.
That's and there's one smaller than her yet.
They can't be smaller than her.
Yes,
she's tiny.
Well, her sister. Her sister's only like 7 or 8.
Okay.
Though. Yeah.
So Macy Canagator coming in and getting a shot on goal. I think it was a shot on goal, but
I think Macy is 11. She might have just turned 12, but she's not any older than 12.
her smile was as big as her whole body when she went into the bench just now. As a shot goes off of a defender for Sioux Center, and she's a little slow to get up. Looks like it caught her in the back of the leg. Neutral zone play here for both teams as Zunde picks it up, going to try to take it over the red line. Going to try to get it in deep, and she cannot. Sioux Center Storm playing good defense this entire game and has basically controlled the puck, I think, probably pretty much the whole game. Controlling their offensive zone and playing good defense. Watertown Lakers
Trip.
not been able to be clean, and Jenny just called a trip, and Jenny was right. It was a trip in the neutral zone.
I've passed the referee test before.
Kaylin Randall was tripped, and that was Alyssa Vandenberg. So that's going to be Sioux Center's first penalty.
So that means we're on the Pelican Power Sports power play
You did a nice job on that one, Jenny.
for the next 2 minutes.
Pelican Power Sport power play. It's been a mouthful for quite a few years. So Janelle Lloyd's going to take this one in the neutral zone. 2:29 left. Going to pass it up to Harper Hendricks with a nice pass on the tape, and Harper's going to take it in. She has Rachel Scott down through the slot. Krantz on the far side. Over to Hendricks. Lloyd at the point. Going to take a shot at the net, and Moore lost that one. She looked behind her like she looked behind her like she thought it was in. And lucky Allison Moore, she had that in her pads the whole time. It takes a little luck to get a shutout in any hockey game.
And it's probably not so great when people keep talking about it. You know, I think I feel like when it's our team and I talk about it, then it kind of jinxes it.
I'm glad she can't hear me talking. She'd probably be really nervous.
She probably would be.
Well, she can go back and see this one. And no matter what happens, she's played a heck of a game. 1:57 left. She's got a good shot at a shutout here. But the Lakers are on a penalty, on a power play here for 1:11. As a shot goes wide by Harper Hendricks. A nice centering pass there. Nice centering pass there by Redland, and Krantz can't quite get that one in. That would have been a nice one to get. Moore says no.
Yeah, we're running out of time for the Lakers here. Just 1 minute and 43 seconds. They got to capitalize on one here.
Facing off to her right side, we're going to be on a power play for another minute. Good portion of the rest of this period as Scott fires it in off of a skate of one of the defenders of Sioux Center. Harper Hendricks has it in the near corner. Going to try to clear out a little space, and here comes Krantz. Krantz going to take a shot on senior night just a little bit wide. She's going to dump it back out to Lloyd a little bit too far. Lloyd's going to have to chase it back. 41 seconds left in this power play. Get it up through the neutral zone up to Scott, and she's going to have to chase it all the way down. Might have been an icing, but not going to be. And Lloyd's going to get it on the near boards. Going to tap it down to Scott. Over to Krantz. Krantz going to look for a shot. She's going to fire a nice looking shot by Krantz, just a little bit wide. There was a gap there. I could see it over the left hand, over the blocker side of Moore. But at this point, there's been no room around Allison Moore all night long. Lloyd's going to hold it in on the far corner with her skate. Zunde with a backhand wide of the goal. And this one's going to be slapped all the way around. That's going to do it for the power play. 38 seconds left. We're going to be 5-on-5 for the rest of this game as Lloyd chases it back in front, back of Reppy. Reverses Fields in back of the net. Up to Krantz. She can't get a hold of that one, and it's going to go up and down the ice here. And Sioux Center is going to be pretty content to probably just skate around with this one and keep it away from us. Neutral zone, Sioux Center. Going to take it in. This is Amanda King. Watertown Lakers, 7 seconds left in this one, and that's going to do it. As it ticks down to 2 seconds, and we are going to hear a horn, and Alyssa Moore, possibly on her last regular season game. It is her last regular season game from what we can see with the schedule. And she's hopefully going to take that shutout into the state tournament. Wouldn't that be nice? Watertown Lakers lose one that they probably should have been closer with. I think that's just my opinion, but they lose this one 5-0, and the Watertown Lakers probably have their work cut out for us. They have to go to Huron tomorrow, and they actually probably need to win that game.
Yeah, I think that the Huron has a tie, so they have a point. They have 1 point, and Watertown has 2 points. So if Huron were to beat them tomorrow, they would have 3 points, and it would take them out of state tournament contention.
So tomorrow's game, when Watertown goes to Huron, is going to determine which of those two teams are probably going to go to the state tournament.
Well, and Huron does have 2 more games left.
That's right. They have those makeup games, and those are going to be.
Those might be a little tough for them to win.
Yeah.
But the Huron's still not out of contention until after next weekend, because they get to play those. They have to play those other 2 games yet.
Okay, we have a little bit of time on this post-game show here. It's a 5-0 loss, and this one was starting in the second period. In the middle of the second period, it was all Sioux Center Storm. Let's just recap here real quick. Third period scores, 15:47 left. Van Voorst got her hat trick. At 8:21 in the third, Ramirez scores. And at 5:24, Renegator, that's Kylie Renegator, scores for Sioux Center, making it a 5-0 game. Kind of uneventful until that 4:30 mark in the second period, and then it was all Sioux Center Storm in this one, and ends up 5-0. Let's talk just a little bit quickly on this post-game show. Let's talk just a little bit about state tournaments. Everything's coming up. When are they, Jenny, or the ones that you can remember, I should say?
Next weekend is the Girls 14U State Tournament in Watertown. It's also a Pee Wee State Tournament weekend, so we have the Pee Wee A, which is in Huron, the Pee Wee B, which is in Mitchell, and the Pee Wee C, which is in Sioux Center. The following weekend, which is the last weekend in February, the 24th through 26th, is the Bantam weekend. So we have Bantam A in Yankton and Bantam B in Rapid City. And the first week of March, which I believe the dates are March 3rd through 5th, we have the Girls Varsity Tournament, which is in Sioux Falls. And then we have the Boys JV, which is in Oahe. And then March 10th through 12th is when it all ends for the season. And we have the Boys Varsity in Brookings this year.
And you did that without a cheat sheet.
Well, I may have had a lot of hands in that.
So a lot of state tournaments. If you didn't get all that information that Jenny just spewed out at us like she does, she just remembers all that stuff because she works with it every single day. But if you didn't catch all that from her and are looking for a state tournament or some of these regular season games left this year, go to South Dakota Amateur Hockey Association website, and everything is there. You can look at everything from individual stats, team stats, records, standings, who beat who, when, and so on and so forth, and of course those state tournaments. And as this year starts to play out, you'll know who's in the state tournaments. So a lot going on right now. This is a fun time of the year.
It is a fun time of the year.
Stressful if you're on the bubble trying to get into the tournament, I suppose. Watertown Laker girls got to kind of take care of business if they're going.
Boys? The next game tonight, the boys have to take care of business. They have to win this game to be able to have a chance to go.
Really?
They do. This is a must-win game. So we need everybody here at 8:45. If you are listening and you are in the Watertown area, please report to the George E. Mace Arena by 8:45 so you can cheer on the Lakers.
If for some reason you can't make it, only if you're out of town.
Only if you're out of town.
Only if you're out of town. It's GoWatertown.net tonight. We are not on the radio tonight. We are only GoWatertown.net. But that's only if you're out of town. If you're anywhere near Watertown, you need to be here in the stands. I didn't realize that was at stake tonight. I did look at the standings, and I guess it didn't dawn on me that this is a must-win for the Lakers.
Well, we're tied right now for 8th place with Yankton. And so if we don't win tonight, and based on people's schedules and how things should play out, if we don't win tonight, there is a good chance that we may not be able to claim that 8th spot. If we win tonight, on the flip side, there's a pretty good chance that we'll get to stay in that 8th spot.
Well, and you always want to do that. You always want to do your diligence as a team. You want to do what you need to do to get in the state tournament and not be at the mercy of what's going to happen with the rest of the schedule.
Absolutely, but we've waited a little too long. Tonight we have to do what we need to do because we've let a couple other games get away from us that were kind of must-win games. So we need to rein this one in tonight. We need to play hard, and we need to hope for a victory.
And Jenny Workus has a little bit of passion for this boys varsity team. Talk a little bit about your player.
So I have a senior player this year, so I'm getting ready right after this to go take my senior night, parents' night photo with my player. So it's not our last home game, so I think I'll be okay today. When it gets closer toward the end of the season, those senior moms, it's just not really that great of a thing. You always have all of your last. Our last home game will actually be our last broadcast together here. We are going to add into the schedule that last home game on February the 25th.
Yep.
So we will be able to send off those seniors with one more time that you guys can all come to the Georgie Mace to either watch them in person or you can watch us on the YouTube channel, and I think we're going to be on the radio.
Yeah, we should be on the radio for that one. And a little sneak peek on that one. That's Jeff Anderson night.
Oh yes,
if you know Jeff Anderson, he's called Hockey Forever. He's the one that kind of showed us how to put the headphones on, and he's going to be here that night, and we're going to honor him and his wife that night for all the years and years that they've given to Watertown Laker hockey as announcers, and of course being in radio business for 42 years or whatever it is. You're going to hear all about him on the 25th.
Yep, and he's going to do some fun things with us here that night. He's going to we're going to honor him with a ceremonial puck drop. He's also going to do a little bit of play-by-play, I think, just for probably a really short time, which will be his 2,199th game.
He counted all the sports games that he's done in his career. So that number is actually is accurate.
Yeah, 2,199.
So 25th of February is Jeff Anderson night here at the George Mace Ice Arena. Talk a little bit about the girls Lakers team. That was the last time that they're going to play here this year.
Yep, they just finished up their
one
last
game
home
left.
Game.
So we are going to send the Watertown Laker girls out of the building right now. We thank all of you for tuning in to GoWatertown.net.
Do we need to do the player of the game?
I did the player of the game already. I just haven't said it.
Well, aren't we going to say who it is? Because I'm pretty sure you probably would pick the same player of the game that I would pick.
I'm going to give this to Jada Kranz.
Absolutely, all day
that
long.
That one leader on the Watertown Laker team.
Yep, that only senior tonight.
The only senior.
Tonight's her night.
Yep.
And she is deserving of the player of the game. Yep.
She is. So Jada Kranz will be our Subway player of the game. And at this point, we're going to sign off, Jenny. We have a guy by the name of Braxton Locker coming in, and he's the same age as my youngest son, and he's going to come in tonight and going to do some play-by-play. He played hockey. We'll talk to him a little bit. He played hockey when he was really young, and then he went on to other things, but he does some play-by-play, some public address announcers for Dakota State University. So he's going to come up here. I asked him because we are a little bit short tonight. Jenny will be watching. You'll be watching your son, of course. Lucas Deutsch is with his kids this weekend. So I asked him to come up and do a little play-by-play. I'm sorry, not play-by-play. He can do play-by-play. But I asked him to come up and do a little color, and he jumped at the chance. So it'll be fun to have Braxton Locker up here for the boys' game.
Braxton's a good kid. We know Braxton well.
Good. So he's going to be up here. We're probably going to go on the air, probably not real early. I would say maybe it might be 8:30, maybe even 25 minutes to. Being that we're just not on the radio, we'll just do the live stream and it'll be available. So
yeah, and that senior night presentation within the parents' night will probably take place about 8:30. So I would say probably closer to 8:45 when the game
Yeah.
will start tonight.
Yeah, so we'll go on just in time for game time. So signing off now from the girls varsity, taking on the chin tonight from the Sioux Center Storm 5-0. And we are going to be back on the air probably about 8:40 for varsity boys hockey. If you are in Watertown or near Watertown, please report to the George Mace Ice Arena for boys Laker hockey. Jenny, thank you so much once again for helping me out. It's always nice to have you up here.
Yeah, thanks for having
And
me.
good luck to you and your son next game.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you. We will see you later.